Hello everyone and welcome to the channel Shelly's Millions. Tonight's Q&A live will discuss any California EDD unemployment issues that you're having, whether you're having issues with a claim pending, if you want to know if your claim balance will be paid, just whatever questions you have. I think the EDD has been pretty clear that most of these programs are set to expire September 9th, which is just this next week. Looks like everybody, for the most part, will be certifying this coming Sunday. I do expect there will be the possibility that payments will be delayed because of the holiday. Some people will get paid just fine, but Monday is a holiday, so it's possible that it'll stay pending a little bit longer, and it's possible that it'll take a little bit longer to hit your bank account. Okay, Sharon says, are regular UI claims going to continue? Yes, if you're truly on a regular UI claim. So you have to check your program type, and if the program type says UI, then yes, that will continue until your claim balance hits zero. Of course, it will not include the extra $300 a week boost. Hi, Motown 209. Savannah says, you have a claim balance and you certify on 9/5. Will I still get the extra 300? Yes, the payment for the week ending 9/4 that we're going to certify for on 9/5, that payment will include the $300 boost. Arnold says, I haven't gotten paid in like 8 weeks. So, I know it's really hard to call. So I would recommend emailing your assembly member, and I have that linked in the description down below. They've been really helpful. They can often respond to you in 48 hours and then often get you paid 4 days after that. I'm going to move the microphone. Let's see here. Okay. Motown says my last Sunday to certify with a sound face. Yeah. Leslie says, so this Sunday will be the last for FedEd. No, if you're on FedEd, if you're already on FedEd, it depends on how many weeks of FedEd you've received. You can receive up to 13 weeks of FedEd. So if you haven't already received 13 weeks, FedEd would go through September 11th. The same is true if you meet the earnings requirements for FedEd and you're currently on a PEUC claim. They are supposed to award you automatically that one extra week of FedEd. Now, I also anticipate problems with that. I'm not sure if that will happen smoothly, even though it should be automatic. We've just seen it with the EDD where it's supposed to be automatic and then it hasn't been. So I wouldn't be surprised, even if you qualify, if it turns out that you need to call the EDD to have that extra week of FedEd added. Hi, Michael. It seems surreal that literally a few days we'll be losing our benefits and the $300 boost. The money has helped in so many ways. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. I cannot believe that they're letting this happen. Zmora, and it's not the EDD, it's not up to them. Even with Governor Gavin Newsom, the money has been allocated from the American Rescue Plan. So he would have to change where money is already allocated in order to extend unemployment benefits. And so far, it's looking like no states are planning on extending unemployment. Carla, thank you for the donation. Can I still certify if I'm working, but I've only been working 24 to 30 hours? I have been. I just don't want to get in trouble. No, you can absolutely certify. You just need to report your income, and you need to report it. If it's a traditional W-2 job, you need to report it the week you worked. So you just report your hours and how much you made. And depending on how much you make, some weeks you might qualify for unemployment benefits and others you might. But yeah, it's totally okay to still certify while you're working reduced hours. And thank you again for the donation. Z says, even though a week to certify falls before September 4th, we won't get the 300. You should get the $300 boost for the week. What was yesterday, the 29th through the 4th. When we certify for that on the 5th, that will include the extra $300 boost. Brian says, If it ends this week and I certify this week, am I getting my 2 weeks? It depends. If you just certified yesterday, Sunday, the 29th, then no, you won't be getting 2 weeks of pay. You'd just be getting 1 week of pay. If you haven't certified since the Sunday before the 29th, then yes, that would be 2 payments, and both would include the $300 weekly boost. Miss Aries says, you have a question about conditional payments. After you certify, how long does it take for the EDD to pay you? So the conditional payments, there's not exactly a timeline. It's definitely not going to catch them until you've been pending at least 2 weeks. And the wording is 2 weeks after the EDD becomes aware that you're pending. So if you just certified Sunday and that's the first time that you're pending, that would be the first time that the EDD was aware that you're pending. So you could potentially be pending for 2 more weeks, even though it's already showing that you're pending for 2 weeks. And the EDD actually has until September 30th to pay out the conditional payments. So unfortunately, sometimes it does take even longer than 2 weeks for the EDD to realize that you've got pending payments and to release those payments to you. Quana says, I just received an extension with a large balance. Does this go to the regular claim? No. So unfortunately, there are people who hit a $0 claim balance when they certified this Sunday. And it's very possible that they're going to get letters saying that they qualified for a 29-week extension and that their claim balance would be loaded with that 29-week extension. But you're not going to have access to those funds after September 4th. It's just gonna be inaccessible. You won't be able to get that money. I know a lot of people are like, "Well, are they just gonna give it to us all at once?" No, it's just gonna be your regular payment, and those funds just are gonna go back to the federal government. Mary says, "My son said that the last time he received any payment was in October. He let the ball fall. Is it too late for him to find out what happened?" No, but since it's been such a long time, I would definitely reach out to your assembly member and see if they can get you help with that. And the link is in the video description. Byron says I'm on extension. Okay. Mike says I have the award letter with a claim balance was 6,985 till 2022. Hopefully I get another 26 weeks. Yes, but hopefully. But Mike, so I know that we've kind of been through this. A lot of people got award letters. One of 3 things are going to happen. We all got some sort of award letter when we filed a new claim, myself included. But I didn't qualify for a new claim because I got the DNC. I got the, sorry, I got an invalid claim letter number 1277, determination of invalid claim. So that means that I didn't actually qualify for a new claim because I hadn't done any work since I first filed my original claim in March of 2020. So that's one thing that can happen even if you have an award letter. The other thing that can happen if you have an award letter is if your weekly benefit amount is lower by $25, they were supposed to send you a delayed new claim payment notice, DNCP notice. And if you got that, then you would be receiving the lower weekly benefit amount for up to 26 weeks. Sometimes they only award 13 weeks of benefits depending on the earnings history. So that's a possibility. Then the third possibility is that the weekly benefit amount is the same. And in that case, they should have actually, or didn't decrease by $25 or more. Then they actually should have already put you on the new claim and you should be collecting on that claim right now. And your payment type would say UI. And if that's the case, then you would be able to draw down your claim balance until that hits 0. But if you got an award letter and your claim still says on extension and you never got the DNCP notice, I'm concerned that the technical term is fail lag, fail lag, lag. And fail lag is when even if you had some wages in the last 18 months, because they look back 18 months, not just a year, you still don't qualify for a new claim because you haven't done any work since you first filed your original claim. And if that's the case, you do get an award letter and it may have an amount, but the EDD keeps you on the old claim and they add the extensions to that because you don't truly qualify for a new claim because of fail lag. However, if that's the case, they should have also sent you a 1277 determination of invalid claim letter. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. I know, Mike, you've been trying to communicate with me what's going on with your specific claim for a while. So I just hope it helps somebody else that I went through all the possible scenarios. Laura says, how does FedEd work? I think that's what I'm on now. I had a lot to certify from June till now. Since I had FedEd till a couple of days ago. So FedEd is a program type. So to find out your program type, you're going to go to your UI Online homepage, click History. From there, you're going to click Transactions. Then there's like did I say that wrong? From History, there's going to be a blue link, hyperlink, where you're going to click the transactions. And from there, it shows you the program type you're on. FedEd, you get to collect up to 13 weeks of benefits, or September 11th, whichever is sooner. Laura says your certifications say pending still. That's normal for up to 72 hours. If it's been longer than 72 hours, then it's either time to call them or time to enlist the help of your assembly member to get paid. Jenna, say no. I've been trying for a year and a half to say your name right. Do people with dependents over 18 qualify for the second Golden State stimulus? I believe they do, as long as you have claimed them on your taxes. If it's any kind of dependent, I believe I would, I don't have it handy. I will try and check for you, and I'll try and leave like an update and a pinned comment after this video. I probably won't be able to research that until tomorrow. But I believe it is for any dependent. Okay, guys, I have all these weird lights on in here, and so it's super hot, and so I'm going to turn on the air, but with like the fan. Jenny likes when I roll away. No, I'm going to fall away. Okay, sorry about this. Okay. Savannah says, thank you. You're welcome. Joby says, this is, Joby, just want to thank me for everything. Oh, you're very welcome. Sharon says, how do I know what kind of claim you have? Oh, so we just went through that. So you're going to go your UI Online homepage, History, Transactions, and from there it should show you the program type that you're on. Marcus says, any news on the documentation thing? Not yet. Marcus is talking about the PUA requirement for proof of employment. So in other states, they've accepted things like an offer letter on the company letterhead or a signed affidavit from someone that works at the company saying that you had a job offer. But California, and of course, like a Schedule C, like from your taxes, that would count. So if you already provided that to get a higher benefit amount for the PUA program, that should qualify again. It's hot. Okay. Kendra says, there has to be a way to continue. We lost a member in your group to suicide. We need to use our voice. I don't, if we're talking about Andy, he did not end his life, thank goodness. If you're talking about your friend circle, I'm so sorry. And you guys, if you need help, the National Suicide Lifeline is a good resource. I know things are going to get scary, but I believe that we're all going to get through this. I believe in you guys. I believe that we are strong collectively as a group and as individuals, but that we may need to help prop each other up for a little while. And I'm going to be your cheerleader. I believe in you guys. We're going to get through this. And please, 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 like any kind of help that you need. I don't know what kind of help I can give you, but I will try my best. But you may need to ask your neighbors. You may need to ask relatives for help. Please, please, please ask for the help that you need. Okay. I lost my place. I see Ben in here. I haven't seen you for a while. You missed yesterday's live, but you're back at work again. And now let me tell you, after a year of not working, you're feeling the pain that I feel. It's tricky going back to like a customer service front facing job where you're on your feet a lot, like retail or grocery store clerks or gas station attendants or a teacher, like whatever you're doing that is like the majority, even maybe not the majority, but where you're on your feet a lot, like you feel it going back after after not working. It gets better, Ben. It gets better. But we are getting older too. Miguel, we're not all doomed. Glory, they should not have cut you early. If your claim balance recently hit 0, they should be still rolling you over onto the next extension. I'm still scrolling back up to where I left off. Montrilla says, you were under the impression that FedEd would be inactive if the unemployment rate was above 6%. Am I missing something or misunderstanding? So I made a video about this. I'm not sure how relevant it is anymore, so I haven't posted it. It's kind of sitting in the can, as they say in the movie industry. California there's two different unemployment rates. There is the TUR, which stands for true unemployment rate, and that is everyone that is on unemployment. And that's the number that the EDD publishes all big, right? And they published a number of 7.6%, which would be enough for FedEd to get extended. But that's not the number that they use to calculate whether FedEd is they also call it triggered on, which is like a weird phrase to me, but they use the IUR, the insured unemployment rate. And the insured unemployment rate really only covers traditional claims. It doesn't cover anybody who's on PUA unemployment claims. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure if it includes people on the PEUC extensions, but it definitely doesn't include people on PUA unemployment claims. And the IUR, the insured unemployment rate in California, is 3.92 according to the Department of Labor. And so that is not enough for FedEd benefits to continue past September 11th. So that's what's going on. And I super feel like they did us dirty. Like, why advertise? And I go over this in the video that maybe I'll publish it anyway, but they should at least publish both numbers with the same prominence that they publish the true unemployment rate. Like if the true unemployment rate is 7.6%, but you're not going to be using that to give people more unemployment benefits, like really then we should probably publish the IUR number, or at least like real, hang on, I have the little thumbnail ready. Now I'm going to show you guys. They should publish the number just as big because that's super crappy that they don't do that. Okay, so this is the thumbnail of the video that is not live yet because it's kind of not as relevant anymore. But 7.6% is what they're advertising. And that's my face because I'm annoyed. I can't duplicate it. It was more like annoyed when I was filming that. But yeah, so 7.6 is all big. And they don't say anything about the IUR. So anyway, it's annoying. But that's why there's not going to be FedEd for weeks after September 11th. Okay. So you're not really missing anything. The EDD isn't putting that information out there. Like, it's real hard to find because they're jerks. That is on them. That's not because of the federal government. That is a number that they have, that they know that they should be making nice and big and talking about a lot more than they do. And really, it's not the true number anyway. Oh, okay. Sorry, end rant on that. But no, it's not you that's missing something. It's the EDD not publishing it like with enough prominence. Joseph says, we're in a crisis. This president needs to send nursing home, destroying American people. What? If I'm self-employed, what program am I in? You are on PUA, and that ends the week ending September 4th. And unfortunately, that definitely will not qualify for even that one extra week of Fed Ed. Vippy Sue says, have I heard anything about another California stimulus payment of $600? No, I haven't. Golden State Stimulus 2 checks did start going out this past Friday. But if you already received the first one from the state of California, then you don't qualify for the second one. Kendra says, oops, they can and they should. Cynthia says, if I'm on regular UI claim, will I get an extension after this claim balance ends? No, unfortunately, you won't. You wouldn't be able to even try to file a new claim until your benefit year ends, which for a lot of people is sometime in 2022. Kenneth says, can I interview on my channel some of the candidates running in the recall election to talk about EDD and other economic issues? Joel Ventresca is campaigning to extend EDD. I openly invite any governor candidates to come on the channel. I've tried to get Meet Kevin. I'm a member in, like, I bought his YouTube course. So I'm in, like, his Discord. I watch his members only live streams. I would love to have Meet Kevin on. I would love to talk to Joel Ventresca. I would talk to any of the candidates. I would love to know what their plans are for California's going forward. So open invitation to anybody running for California governor. That's going to be not just now, but in the future as well. If they want to come on the channel via Zoom, if they want to come sit on the Blue Room with me, if they want to meet in an open park that's local and has Wi-Fi so I could interview them, I'm happy to do it anywhere. I would even travel for that. I think that would be really interesting. I don't know how many people would watch that, but I would find it interesting and I want to know. So yeah. Quana says, PEUC with extension, what's going to happen? After September 4th, there's not going to be any access to that claim balance. Carly, you're not going to jail. Oh no, you're totally not going to jail. You're totally allowed to certify for benefits and be working. You just need to tell them how many hours you worked and what you got paid. And even if, let's say you made a mistake and you didn't tell them the first week, they would send you an overpayment notice. Now, I know technically an overpayment notice does say that, like, you could wind up in jail, but let's not, that's really far ahead. If you get an overpayment notice, you would request an overpayment waiver and you would just, tell them that you made a mistake and that you didn't realize that you needed to report it and you might have to pay it back in installments, or hopefully the judge would grant you your overpayment waiver. And I would say that it would be, I don't know for sure. I'm not a legal expert. I don't work for the EDD, not an attorney, not a financial advisor, none of that. But in my opinion, it would be very unlikely that they would actually, like, send somebody to jail because they didn't properly report their earnings. Don't try not to worry about that. Plus, also, and I'm still trying to learn this myself. It's really important. I'm going to take a breath as I say this. Maybe I'll do it in my ASMR voice. It's really important that we don't worry about things that we can't change. We can't change that unemployment benefits are ending on September 4th. However, we can take action, and I'm going to give you 2 actions right now. I can't believe I waited this long into the live to tell you these 2 actions. You can tweet at Gavin Newsom using the hashtag #ExtendEDD, and Jenny Silver has a petition going also to try and bring attention to the fact that Californians still need unemployment benefits. So definitely sign Jenny Silver's petition, and let's get this out of the way. I've definitely signed it myself. I've made a TikTok about it. I've shared it on all my social media, including 2 Facebook unemployment groups that I'm a member of. And I think it's important that we try and bring attention to this. I'm not sure if it will work, but it's out of our control. Whatever the outcome turns out to be, we can't change it. And like I said, this is something that I'm trying to learn myself, so I'm not judging anybody for worrying. I'm a big worrier, but It doesn't help. So, what are the actions that we can take? Can we look for remote work? Can we take classes to try and improve our skill set? Can we look on a website like Fiverr? Fiverr has all sorts of things like that people offer. It's like whatever their skills are. Like maybe your resume isn't getting accepted, but like maybe you're awesome at writing resumes. You can write someone else's resume for them and get paid. You can probably also write somebody else's book report and get paid. Um, you can teach like music classes like through Fiverr. Like if there's something that you're passionate about that you know how to do, you can teach somebody and you can charge for it. And it's not that hard to get set up on Fiverr. So look on Fiverr to get some ideas, like those are the things that we can take control of. And so, guys, just put one foot in front of the other, take a little action every day, take some sort of small action towards finding your dream job or improving your situation, even if take a moment and be grateful, even if that's the one thing that you do. Those are the things we can control. We can't control when benefits end, unfortunately. We can control things with our vote though. So because a lot of this is on Congress. It's not even just the EDD. Sweet Storm, thank you for the donation. After 1.5 years, you finally found a great full-time job. You sincerely thank me. And you encourage everyone to stay hopeful, please, and things will get better. That is the perfect comment to read right after my little rant. So thank you. And I'm so, so glad that you found a great full-time job. And yeah, you guys, we have to manifest this and we have to focus on the good things in our lives. And as hard as this last year and a half was, I hope that it in some way gave us all like some opportunities that maybe we didn't have, whether it's time to spend with family or to pursue a new passion or to rest and relax and not put ourselves in harm's way. Like whatever that was for you, I hope that we can look back and see something good because that's what we got to focus on, the good stuff. So thank you so much for the donation. I'm really happy that you found a good job. That is awesome. All right. Eva says, what are we going to do if employers are not hiring? My daughter has applied to over 100 employers and no interviews at all. You got to remain hopeful and keep sending out those resumes. And just know that if she hasn't had a response yet, for whatever reasons, those jobs weren't the right fit for her. So hopefully when she sends out more resumes, she'll find the job that is the right fit for her. That's what I'm putting in the universe for your daughter. Gloria says, you just certified for August 15th through 28th, but the bank said I have no funds. Why is that happening? This payment in particular seems to be pending for a lot of people longer than usual. I wouldn't worry about it until Wednesday. If it hasn't hit your bank account by Wednesday, that's when I would start to worry about. They shouldn't have cut you early. Hi, Bad Grandpa. Oh, you start Thursday at your new job. You're going to do truck driving and you'll stop by, you'll check in. I hope so, and I think that's a cool job. What kind of stuff are you going to be delivering or driving? All right, but I'm glad that you're going back to work. Kenneth says, hello, thumbs up. Elizabeth says, will we still get the 300 for week of 8/29 through 9/4? Yes, you will. Absolutely, you will. Siegel, a lot of us haven't found work yet or in big trouble. I'm very worried because I still haven't landed a job yet. I'm really hoping they extend it somehow. How am I? I'm good. It's not looking like they're going to extend it. But Siegel, I'm putting all those good vibes out for you that you also find a really great job. Siegel, I don't know what you would do, but I would love to see you work like down by the beach because your name's Siegel. Like, so I feel like you got to find something by the beach, be out there by the ocean. I feel like that's where Siegel would be happy. Johnny says, it's been 14 weeks in pending. Filed a new claim, been stuck since I called, but they told me it's still under review. Do I think I'll still get paid? You've got a full balance on the new claim. You should. Whenever the EDD actually gets that sorted out, they should give you all the pay that you're owed for weeks prior to September 4th. Have you already emailed your assembly member though? Sometimes they can help push those payments through a little bit faster. Prolific Love says, I spoke to the assembly office today and she said a $600 extension is coming and will be released in a couple of weeks. I hope that that's true. I haven't heard anything about that. Jazzy Sensation says, do you have any info on how long it takes to be approved and pay out the MEUC claims? I don't. Some of them happen very fast. Some of them are still in the process of being approved. So I hope that you get it soon and I hope that you're approved. Mary, you're welcome. Motown's helping Quana. Ben's in pain from working. Rastar says, I wonder if FedEd will take forever to be added to my claim after the 5th. What do you think? I think that's a possibility. I think a lot of people are going to end up needing to call the EDD to get FedEd added to the claims. I would be shocked, just based on how the EDD has done things in the past, if they put people on FedEd automatically correctly how they're supposed to be without us having to call. Anthony says, I got the DNCP at the lower weekly benefit amount, but without the boost, that won't even come close to covering bills. Time to get back out there. Yeah, that's the thing, that even if you are approved for a new claim, if you're on UI, it's not going to have that extra $300 a week boost. And a lot of people have said that they're not going to be able to make ends meet without that extra money. Linda says, I can't believe we're at the last week. Whatever I do on the channel, you support me. Oh, thank you. Thank you. September 11th. It's not going to be the last stream. I don't know what I'm going to do. My coworkers and I were talking about this. I love finance. I really believe, this is why I believe in you guys. I believe that financial goals, no matter what your background, no matter what your current situation, if you want to retire, that will be possible. There's so many people that are like, I'm just going to work until the day I die. If I can inspire one person to save better, to prepare better for their retirement, then that would make me happy. My roommate is like, good thing you've got your YouTube audience because maybe they'll care about that kind of stuff, because I'm always trying to get my roommate to save money. They don't want to hear about it. Most of my coworkers don't want to hear about it. But it's really important to like save money and make a path for your financial future. Maybe not right now while things are tight, but in the future going forward. And part of it is like just setting that goal, taking that first step. But anyway, my coworkers, I was like, I'm kind of chunky. Like maybe I should talk about a weight loss journey. And I was like, what if I exercise like while I'm on camera? But then like I got all hot. I don't know. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. Probably talk about finance. Motown says, I got my new claim a couple months ago. You still have over $2,000, but I won't be getting paid that. If you're truly on a new claim and your program type says UI, you will be allowed to draw down the claim balance until that hits 0. DJ Tune says, basically when we file September 4th, we will get paid on the 8th, but since there's a holiday on Monday, we probably get paid on the 9th. Yeah. So normally if I am not on unemployment anymore. Someone left a comment the other day, they're like, we're going to report you for fraud. And I'm like, knock yourself out. I reported all my earnings accurately. I'm not getting unemployment anymore. I was. And I still think of it as we, because I don't know. It just makes it easier for me to talk about, I guess. But anyway, so when I was certifying, even when it would be a holiday Monday, so we certify the 5th. By Monday the 6th, if it weren't a holiday, it would be on the EDD debit card. Yeah, then by the 7th, it would have normally already been in my bank account. So I feel like by the 8th, it should be in your bank account. But yeah, it'll also be normal if it doesn't hit. So yeah, maybe the 9th. Give it till that Wednesday before you start to worry, definitely. Doughboy says, what if you're on extension, but it's only been since 7 of 2020 since you've been on unemployment? It's still going to end on September 4th. SL says it's sad on all levels. How do you cut anything in the middle of a pandemic? Australia is still on lockdown. Why do other nations hold the citizens in higher regards, but America is cutthroat? I don't know. Money. So that's not the kind of money I want to teach people to learn about. Like, it's not worth it. But Sweden, right? Like, so I have some friends that are Swedish. They never locked down, and I feel like they care about their citizens, like, they have really good healthcare. My friend that works there or that lives there, she's like, "Shelly, if you're a single mom in Sweden," she's like, "that's common. Nobody bats an eye, and the government gives you the financial support that you need to, like, live a healthy, fulfilling life." She's like, "It's not like how it is here in America if you're a single mom." So like Sweden normally really helps their citizens, but they didn't lock down. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm not a big politics person. I don't pretend to know like how all that stuff works, but normally it boils down to money. Motown says, yeah. Motown is helping other people. Armando says, I got PEUC and never got Fed Ed. So if you've never been paid under the claim type Fed Ed and you meet the earnings requirements, which are either 1.5 times your highest earning quarter or more than 40 times your weekly benefit amount, then you might qualify for the one extra week of benefits, but without a boost. Cynthia says, "Will I get an extension after my regular claim runs out?" You won't, unfortunately, because the extensions all expire September 4th. Catherine, I haven't seen you in a while. You never reapplied. You still have funds and never got a letter. Should I reapply anyway? My claim closed. No phone service anymore. You don't have phone service anymore? Are you able to go to a library and use a computer there and email your assembly member to help you with this, and then go back to the library in a week or so and check your emails? That is what I would recommend doing. But yeah, it's worth pursuing and reopening your claim, or reapplying if that's what you need to do to get the money that's owed to you. If you just got frustrated and quit certifying or quit pursuing your benefits, yes, I absolutely recommend still pursuing any weeks that you have not been paid that you are owed. Ed EDD Edgar, thank you for the donation on beautiful, and be safe. You've never gotten vaccinated. You've never been sick. Thank God. All right. Good luck. I have been vaccinated. I got the Pfizer vaccine. My mom did as well. We thought we weren't going to get her vaccinated because she's highly allergic to everything. I don't want to tell anybody what to do. That is a very personal choice. But I will say that my mom, who is highly allergic to everything, we got her vaccinated, Pfizer vaccine for her as well, and she did okay. It was a big thing though. Like they had to get like a doc. We went to the hospital to get it done because I knew I wasn't going to take her to a Walgreens to get it done. So we took her to the hospital, and they actually had to like get a doctor to sign up. We were in the hospital, and the emergency room was like one hallway away, but they were like, no, a doctor has to sign off that she can get it like just in this little like corridor versus like having it actually done in the emergency room. But luckily the doctor signed off, she got it done, and she definitely was one of those people that had to wait 30 minutes instead of 15. But she actually did really well. I feel like she did better with it than I did. But I understand the hesitancy. I do, and I understand some people can't take it if they're immunocompromised and that kind of thing. Let's see here. Gary, so how do I find out what EDD program I'm on? So you want to go to history, then transactions, and once you click the link under transactions, that will tell you your program type. Kenneth says, do I think after September 4th, it will be easier to reach the EDD by telephone? I don't know. I think a lot of people have requested backdating, and they're going to want to know about that. I think a lot of us are going to need to call about Fed Ed. And so the phone lines are going to be busy with that. I think a lot of people, it's so interesting. Like, I know that I make videos and oftentimes I repeat myself. I definitely repeat myself sometimes in the live streams. Even Jenny Silver has like way more subscribers than me, and her channel often gets like way more views than mine does. And that's fine. That's not the point of this comment. The point is that even on Jenny Silver's like really popular videos, she gets maybe 50,000, maybe even 75,000 or 100,000 views, which is a lot, right? And so you think, wow, everybody must know this information. But there are tons of people who I don't think There's over, like, 3 million people or something like that on unemployment in California. So if you think about it in terms of that, like, even the views that Jenny gets on her channel, it's really small in comparison to how many people are getting benefits. So even though, like, a lot of you guys are familiar with what's going on, there's constantly new viewers finding our channels, and there's constantly people that for whatever reason, they're searching for unemployment videos on YouTube. Maybe they want to watch cat videos because that's fun and uplifting. Maybe they don't know you can find unemployment information on YouTube. Maybe they're just not thinking about it because their claims are going along fine. I have a feeling that there are going to be a lot of people that after Sunday the 4th, Sunday the 5th, that there's going to be a lot of people that suddenly realize, "Oh my goodness, like, I don't see a date that I can certify again." And I think the phone lines could still be clogged for a while. Also, remember that pending payments, even through the conditional pay now program, those have until September 30th to be paid out. I have a feeling lots of people are going to be still calling about their pending payments. I don't necessarily think that. So I don't know if you guys saw this video. I did do a video with the claimer people, and I was like, "Well, what's your end game? Like, what are you guys going to do after unemployment benefits? Like after September 4th? Like, there's not going to be a need for you." And they were like, "Shelly," they were like, "But there is." They were like, "We've looked back at all the EDD's like call records, and at most they were only answering 6% of calls even before the pandemic." They were like, "So we're going to stick around. We're going to stick to unemployment." And that kind of thing. And I was like, all right. So they think their business model is sustainable. So I don't know. I do think it's still going to be hard to get through, at least for a little while. And then when the call volume's less, like once there's not as many people trying to call and get through, like, hopefully the EDD isn't going to, like, lay off a bunch of their people. I don't know. I think it's always gonna be kinda hard to get through. So the assembly member is a good free route to getting through and getting help with your claim, um, without the hassle of using the phone. Uh-oh, I lost my place. I'm gonna scroll around for a little bit. Oh! Mike, I think that's dirty. Okay, Kenneth says, Ryan Kaji made tens of millions on YouTube reviewing toys and he's only 9 years old. Yeah, so that's an option. Maybe I should be like an adult that reviews kids' toys. Would that be weird? I don't know. I do have a baby Yoda somewhere. I lost him. I'm a bad baby Yoda parent. I didn't like lose him. I actually see him. He's on the kitchen table. Bison says, move to Las Vegas. They need workers in the casinos. I always wanted to be like a croupier. That would be really cool. Like the people at the tables. Billy A says, it seems people are nervous. The end is finally here. People don't save, especially this generation. People don't change till they hit rock bottom and have a hardship. Yes. Guys, let's talk about that for a minute. Please, please, please try not to go into credit card debt. Please do use the other programs like food stamps, SNAP, CalFresh, whatever you want to call it. Apply for the rent relief, rent assistance. Call them and have them help with it. Because I know a lot of people prioritized making sure that their rent was paid, which is good. But if you just go to housing is key, if you tell it you're current on rent, it makes it appear that help is not available to you. But the person that I spoke with from Housing is Key said that you could actually apply for future rent. So, but it appears that you would need help from somebody filing on the phone for that. So go to housingiskey.com, but then use the phone number to call somebody and be like, "Hey, can I was able to pay my rent, but now with benefits ending, I need help paying my rent that's coming up in the future," and see if they can help you that way. Oh, interesting. I'm reading all your comments about Sweden now. So, Mike, you're saying you never received the DNCP letter or the 1277 letter. But Mike, you also told me that your benefit amount is the same as it was before, right? That it didn't go up or down. Let's say it's 425. It's still 425, right? So that sounds to me like you should be on the new claim right now. So does your program type say UI? If it does, then you can continue to collect benefits until that hits 0, but it probably wouldn't be a fresh 26 weeks. I hope that made sense. Richie Rich says, still waiting on ID to verify me, not paid since 4/17/2021. Big payday coming sometime. Yes, it should. Oh my God. Joey. All right, guys, we're going to talk about this for a second. Joey, notice how I have like one chin right now, right? I did a piece for CinemaCon. Are you at CinemaCon? Did you see this? I'm literally embarrassed. My company volunteered me to like represent them. And normally like I wear like manager clothes. I'm wearing this dorky staff shirt. I look as big as a house on camera is the point that I am trying to make. And like my coworker's like, Shelly, you kind of like if I turn this way, like I'm a little chunky. I look as big as a house in this piece that I did, and I was so excited to film this, and I can see myself in the camera right now, right? I promise I'll go back to talking about unemployment in a second. But they shot from, like, under. The camera was under, and I couldn't see myself in the monitor, so I'm like, "Ooh, do, 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 do." I'm on camera all the time now, and even though I'm overweight, like, I look okay. I did not look okay in that CinemaCon piece. I literally I was depressed about that the whole next day. I got a clip of it. I saw it in advance. I was like, "Why did I do that? I should not have done that." And then I watched it on like a computer-sized monitor. They put my giant Shelly's millions of chins. That's what they should just call that. Like P.S. You guys don't talk to yourself like I talk to myself. But yeah, I had a million chins in that video. And I was all depressed the whole next day at work. I was like, I shouldn't have done. People are gonna see that and on the big screen. Mike, not Mike. Joey, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me they made me look as big as a house. Like they're professionals. I'm embarrassed by that. I don't know. It was fun using professional cameras. So I did a piece talking about the movie Dear Evan Hansen. I like musicals. I talked about my grandma. Okay. Anyway, big as a house. Maybe they'll release that for the public to see. I don't know. But it was really fun and it was nice that my company nominated me, but I looked horrible. Also, I did my hair really cute and somehow in this video and somehow it just looked like there was like a giant bird nest. I think when they were miking me up, I touched my hair and so instead of having it like in front, like all cute, it somehow just I don't know, guys. That was a mess. Okay. I'm gonna scroll back down to the bottom. Sorry, end rant. Hi, Jenny. Oh God. I'll see if I can send it to you. It was like a private. I do not look good in the clip. I do not. Okay. Thank you, everybody. All right. John Francis says, I hope they do something helping people on unemployment. I heard there's a new strain coming from South Africa. Not a good time to cancel. Oh boy. It's definitely, I don't think it's a good time to cancel, but the politicians don't seem to think that. I spoke wonderfully, Jenny. I used a teleprompter. It was super cool, super fun. I look as big as a house. I'll show you. It was terrible. I literally was like crying work the next day. The movies I am dying to come out is Soggy Bottom and the Velvet Underground documentary. I'm not familiar with either of those, but those sound cool. All right, Angel, do I believe unemployment will be extended? I live in California. I'm scared how the job market will be. It doesn't look like it's going to be extended. If it happened, it wouldn't happen anytime soon. There's not really a push on the federal government level for it to happen. There's not really funds at the state level for it to happen. So it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. But get out there, put out the applications, poke around on Fiverr, get some ideas of what people are doing in terms of freelance work. Jenny Silver actually just put out a video about jobs. I don't know what it is. It was like 3 days ago, and it had some good advice in it. I haven't watched it, but you guys should. I don't always have time to watch all your videos. You know that, Jenny. But check out her video. I'm going to look it up. We're going to see what it's called. Because she won't ever drop her own links in the videos, even when she pops in, and she probably has the link handy. She doesn't want to be rude. So now we're going to have to look it up, and I'll tell you what this is called. All right, let's see here. All right, nope. Wish it would take me. Okay, we're still looking. Oh, nope, it's going to play one of Jenny's videos.
If you're looking for a job, you come to the right.
Okay, videos. How to start an online shop in California. Start your California online business. So we're going to start an online business. Let's see what it looks like. Here's the thumbnail. Can you guys see that? It's this one. The third one down. How to start a business in California from Jenny Silver. Yeah, so I'll plug your stuff anyway. So guys, check out her channel. It's like she published it a couple of days ago. Check that out. Even though I haven't watched it, I'm sure it has really good advice. Lots of people are doing well becoming their own bosses. And guys, I also don't want to minimalize if you're feeling nervous about finding work. When all of this first happened, that's what prompted me. That and getting information to my staff is what prompted me to do the channel. I was so nervous that we would never reopen again. I was so nervous that I would find something else and they would let me go or it wouldn't work out. So I was like, if I can be my own boss, I don't have to worry about that anymore. There's also, you guys know I watch a lot of financial content. And what I'm really starting to hear is that if you work for someone else, there's always going to be a cap on how much you make. Versus if you can figure out how to be your own boss and find something that works for you, not necessarily YouTube for everyone. It could be Etsy. It could be freelancing on Fiverr. It can be teaching people whatever you're good at, music lessons, woodworking skills, how to change their oil and a tire, whatever you're good at. If you can pivot that and become your own boss, I really think that's the way to go. You might have to create your own opportunities. They want you for mayor, Jenny. And yes, sign Jenny's petition. She also has a video about that. If you guys just search Jenny Silver petition, that'll pop right up. And in that, she links in the description where to sign her petition. And I recommend tweeting at Gavin Newsom using the hashtag #ExtendEDD. Yeah. Jenny, you got to find another assembly member. Also, I was thinking about this for a collaboration. We should make like a PSA that's like a thank you to all the assembly members, because they've just really been amazing. Okay. Let's see here. I'm just popping around on the questions now. SL says, I'm pleasantly plump. Have I seen my 600-pound life? I have. And I've also seen that CinemaCon piece where I look like I could definitely be on that show. Okay. Thanks, Jerome. Oh, everyone cheered at the Coliseum. All right. That's awesome. I don't work for Cinemark either. Okay. Let's see here. QQ says, began a job on August 1st. That's 8 months. 1099 NEC and a paycheck is once monthly. The payday is on the 15th of the month. How would I proceed certifying for August? Currently on extension tier 2 augmentation. Okay. I'm not familiar with the 1099 NEC, and I'm not a tax advisor or professional. So consult with your tax professional. But 1099 indicates that that is independent contractor work or self-employment. So you actually, for self-employment, only have to claim it on the week that you were paid. So you would just claim the full amount on that 1 week. Now, since you're getting paid for like once a month for a whole month's worth of work, that probably means for that 1 week you wouldn't qualify for benefits, but you most likely would for the other weeks. That's how I believe you do that. Okay. Uh, Bly says, I can lose weight when I'm ready. It takes 2 weeks to change your eating habits and exercise. Something emotional is attached to my weight. Thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Plus, I'm older and it's much harder. Used to be I could eat fast food when I got off of work at 2 a.m. and go on a little walk in the morning and the weight would come off. Now, don't eat fast food when you get off of work at 2 in the morning when you are over 40. Kenneth says Assemblyman Alex Lee is pushing to extend EDD. Interview him. His district is in Northern California. So, like I said, I'm willing to have anybody on the channel. But if he's in Northern California, he's probably closer to Jenny Silver. So, she should do that. Oh, Jenny is saying that the petition press release just went out and it's getting picked up by press. Associated Press and Digital Journal just published it. That is so awesome. So again, we don't know. Well, we do know that the funds have already been allocated from the stimulus, but it would be nice to have a statement from Gavin Newsom from the EDD saying, hey, we're not going to do this. We don't have funds for this. But the goal of the petition is to bring awareness to the fact that we really need benefits to be extended. And at minimum, we need more communication from the EDD and from Gavin Newsom. I am so glad that that is picked up. That is really awesome news. That's like your first official press release. Like I know you and I both have been on ABC 10. We've both been on. And then I did a couple other pieces. I don't remember right now where they're at. And I think you have as well. But we've both been out there advocating on other people's content, on other news articles. But this is like your initiative and your story that got picked up. That is super, super awesome. So Tammy says, will they extend the regular unemployment after the 11th? They're not looking at it right now. So they're just looking at, it goes back down to the original 26 weeks on a new claim as the only benefits that are left. I have not seen Tammy and Amy. I will check that out. You guys are awesome. And yeah, normally I'm okay with my appearance. This CinemaCon piece, I was giant. And I am working with a personal trainer now. I should be going more and eating a little better, but one thing at a time. Okay. Juan says, what time is cutoff time to certify benefits to be paid the next day? It's not necessarily a time. Sometimes there is just like a glitch in the system. Jenny, I'm not sure if you're still in here, but like so many of my viewers today are saying that they are still pending from certifying yesterday. That seems to be a common problem though. I would give it, I always say up to 72 hours. So I wouldn't start to worry about not getting paid yet until Wednesday morning. And if Wednesday morning rolls around and it hasn't switched from pending to paid by Wednesday morning, that's when I would consider calling the EDD. Tuesday, though, is a good day to call, either 8 to 8:30 in the morning or 2:30 to 4 at night. So if you want to call tomorrow, if that payment hasn't switched to paid, then you could definitely do that. Okay. I don't know about Jenny. I don't think of myself as an influencer, although somebody called me an unemployment influencer. Like the only thing I'm trying to influence the unemployed people to do are sign Jenny's petition, tweet at Gavin Newsom to extend EDD, and maybe to try and save some money if you can, just in case the benefits are ending. Okay. John Francis says, I looked at my last notice and it doesn't say what claim I'm on, but it says your claim ends April 2022. I still can't tell what claim I'm on. What happens after September 4th? So if it says April of 2022, that most likely means that you were approved for a new claim and that you are currently on that new claim. So in that situation, you should be able to certify and draw down your benefits until your claim balance hits 0. A claim that started in April 2021, claims are a year old. Your balance should last you a little bit past September 4th. I want to say either between 2 and 4 weeks. The reason why I know that just off my head is me and my coworkers, most of us lost our benefits March 3rd, or we lost our jobs March 13th of 2020. So that's when our benefit year ended. Some of them were approved for new claims, even though they weren't supposed to be. And I know that for the week starting March 13th, their 26 weeks are going to be over, I want to say September 11th. So for mid-March new claim, the 26 weeks are over September 11th. So yours will go a couple weeks after that, depending on when in April you filed. Okay. Thank you, Tammy. Oh, Kenneth. Yeah. Jenny was featured in on Cal Matters that Emily Hoven wrote. Dan says, at least I have nice teeth. Yes, because I had very good dental insurance for a lot of years. Jenny, I want to. Okay, guys, I'm gonna do like 2 more questions, and then I'm gonna send Jenny my CinemaCon piece where I look like a house, and then I'm gonna search for her, her Associated Press article. Do you know what the titles of those? Oh, you're not gonna share them. Well, anyway, I'm gonna go searching for Jenny Silver's articles, and if she wants to share them, she's more than happy to share the links to her articles in the chat. Bargainholic says, I'm over 55 and accepted medical health insurance. Now, when I die, all my access go to Sacramento. So if it appears if you're over 55, Medi-Cal is an unending debt. I'm so sorry. Well, I don't know, but if it's a good option for you, if that's what you needed to do, then it's the right decision. I need to look into that more. See, my family, my mom and my grandma never had any assets. So, but they definitely got Medi-Cal. But now I've been starting to read about that with the assets going back to the government. So I want to look into that more. All right. Let's see here. All right, I'm seeing if I have any more questions. We're talking about cost. Yeah, cost of living in Sweden. We're just going to talk about that real quick. Cost of living in Sweden is higher and the taxes are really high. But yeah, they give everybody a lot of benefits. Bargainholic says there's no office jobs where I live in the mountains, or they want a degree, bilingual, even proof of reliable transportation. Your shoes are not reliable. Okay, so I'm going to say this. I don't think it is legal for them to ask you what type of reliable transportation you have. I will tell you that that is a question that we ask people at the movie theater. I want to say it's on the application. You literally, to that question, just need to answer yes. And you know what? In today's society with Uber and Lyft and walking and all of that, getting rides from friends, you do not have to disclose to your prospective employer what type of reliable transportation you have. If you have been making it this long without a car, then you're a reliable person and you have reliable transportation. So, yeah. I don't think legally that they're allowed to ask. I think they are allowed to ask, do you have reliable transportation? But you don't have to disclose what kind of reliable transportation you have. You just need to say yes to that, as far as I know. Yeah, and Lorena Gonzalez is Does have a breast cancer diagnosis. And yes, she is amazing. And I hope that she beats it. She is a superhero. Most of the assembly members are superheroes. Okay. That's crazy, bargainholic. I'm also going to say this. It's probably best to be truthful on applications. But this worked for a friend of mine. He used to, like, he would apply for whatever and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, I know Excel version 10.0 or whatever it is." And then when he'd get in, he'd be like, "Oh, I must have been using an old version. Can you just show me how to do this?" Most jobs are actually going to train you on the specific way they want things done. So he told Tall Tales to get the interview and get the job. And then when he got in there, he'd be like, "Oops, must have been using an old version. Can you show me?" And then they would show him. He has done that like so many times and it's never bit him in the butt. I like to encourage people to be honest, but I want you guys to all have really good jobs also. And I've seen that as well. I have, poked my head around it looking to work for other employees, and it's so frustrating because I know I have 25 experience. I know I'm awesome. I know I'm good. I know I'm a hard worker. And they do want those degrees. But I also believe that you guys will find the right job that's a good fit for you. Okay. Oh my goodness, Mike. I'm so sorry to hear that. You always seem so pleasant and upbeat. I would have never guessed. I'm really sorry for your loss. Okay. MG says jobs don't train you these days. They want you to have it all. Yeah, but they'll still show you. They might not want to, but they'll show you, especially after you if you get yourself hired. Replican? Replican? I have unemployment since March 2020. My benefit year ends September 4th under UI. Can I reapply? You could potentially reapply. That sounds like it's a PUA claim. PUA claims their benefit year all ends September 4th, 2021. You can try reapplying, but you would only qualify for a new claim if you had enough W-2 wages to qualify for that new claim. Okay. Kenneth says, I would rather pay higher taxes for guaranteed healthcare than a $200,000 hospital bill. Yeah, so you could try filing a new claim, but you're only going to qualify if you have enough work history for that new claim. RS says, if a job isn't paying a living wage, don't be afraid to play fast and loose with job requirements. Yeah, what are they going to do? Apple's not going to call Google and be like, Shelly said she knew Microsoft 10.0, but she didn't. They're not going to do that. I'm just saying, they're not going to do that. It's true. Employers aren't going to call other employers. So yeah, now hopefully Apple and Google would pay really well. But yeah, if it's a low paying job that's requesting too much and you tell a little white lie to try and get your foot in the door, do what you need to do. Try and be honest, but also do what you need to do to put food on the table, right? Okay. Replicant says, I have W-2 from my previous job. Do you know what is the time frame in the 18 months? So even if you have some wages, you also need to have performed some work since you first opened your new claim in order to qualify for a new claim. So if you haven't done any work since March of 2020, they're not supposed to approve you for a new claim, even if you have some wages in the past 18 months. Should you believe who? Me? No, I'm giving out terrible advice. I'm like, tell little white lies on your resume. That's probably not good advice, guys. I'm just going to also say that. I do hire. We very rarely check references. We still are bringing back our old staff. We're not currently hiring. And this is also an entry-level job. So, yes, Celio. Yes, if you verify on the 5th, you still get paid for the week ending September 4th, and that week will include the extra $300 boost. Okay, so yes, you will still get paid for that week. That seems like a good time to end. Thank you guys so much. Check out Jenny Silver's videos about the petition and her video about how to start an
online business specifically.
how to start an online business. Jenny, how do I? Okay. All right. How to start an online business in California. Watch that video from Jenny Silver. Sign Jenny Silver's petition. Just search Jenny Silver petition in the search bar. Tweet at Gavin Newsom using hashtag #ExtendEDD. I am really out here cheerleading for you guys that you find the job of your dreams. To those of you struggling, know that you're not alone. Get help that you need. Talk to friends. And let's lift each other up. All right. Have a good night, you guys. Thank you so much for watching Shelly's Millions. I'll see you next time.